How to Make Tie-Dye Cupcakes by Abigail Gray. What you're going to want to do is get food coloring, eggs, butter, spoons, 5 bowls, 4 small bowls, oil, water, and a cake mix to start your tie-dye cake. Then you're going to want to follow the directions on your cake mix box, and so just do whatever the cake mix tells you to do on how to make the batter of the cake mix. It doesn't really matter as long as it's vanilla cake mix. And you're just going to want to mix it all together just like the box says. So just follow the directions until you start adding the food coloring. After you mix, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350, and then you're going to want to get 4 separate bowls and add each like a cup and a half of batter to each bowl, and that's going to start the tie-dye. And so make sure they're pretty even and you have enough of each color. Now you're going to want to get your food coloring and add just a few drops to each batter in the bowl. And it doesn't really matter how much you can, once you start stirring it, you'll see the color. And how much you want to add is really all up to you. I used pink, orange, teal, and purple. And so I just kind of played it by eye. And so you just mix it all really well. And make sure there's no white around the edges. Make sure it's all color. Make sure it's really mixed well because it'll affect the tie-dye and how it looks in the end of it. And it might take you a minute or so to mix them all well. And you can always come back and add more food coloring if you don't like the color or if you think it needs more color. And if you think it is too dark, then you can make more cake mix and add it, and it'll lighten up the color for the cake batter. Now you're going to want to line up a 12 cupcake pan. It'll hold 12 cupcakes, and you're going to want to line it with either oil or little holders. It really doesn't matter as long as it doesn't stick. Now what you're wanting to do is get a spoonful of each color. It doesn't really matter which color you start with. And so I use pink, and I just put a little bit of pink on the bottom of each one, on each of the cupcakes. And in the end, it won't matter what color you use on the bottom. It's just a base for the whole cupcake. Then you want to get your second layer of cake mix, and you want to just drop it right in the middle. You don't have to mix it really well. You can mix it to swirl it. It'll come out either way as tie-dye. And so just a drop in the center of each cupcake holder will work like that. Then you're going to want to get your third color, which I use my purple, and I just dropped another spoonful or so right in the middle of each cupcake. Then your fourth color you can get and just do the same thing, and I used a little bit more of my fourth color on the top, so they all kind of look blue in the end on the top. Then you're going to want to stick them in the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes, so make sure that you set your timer so they don't burn. And then once you get them out, you're going to want to put them on a cooling rack so they'll be ready to ice. So that's what I was doing, just putting them out of the hot pan. And then that's the end result. And then you can ice them however you want to.